Right, today we're going to take a look at the new features on your Samsung Galaxy S10 or the S10 Plus running Android 10 One UI 2. So I'm just have this one here is running on One UI 1 and this One UI 2, so we can see the differences and what is new with your new device. So I'm just going to swipe down here both and we go into settings, and in here we're just going to go into settings. So I'm just going to go into about phone, and you can see if I go down into software version, software information, you got One UI version 1, One UI version 2, Android 10, Android 9, and if I tap on that, that's Android 10, and that is Android 9. In here we can move this one, there's nothing you can do over here. In here we can move these Android numbers around, so you can just kind of move it around. Android 10, and this one here is Android 9. So I'm just going to go back here, going to get out of that. So one of the new things that comes to Android 10 is the screen recorder. So here you can see there's no screen recorder in here. There's no screen recorder. So when we swipe across, there is a new feature called screen recorder. Now if you tap on screen recorder, we can start recording the screen, and when you start recording the screen, we can choose to record with no sound, we can record with media sound, we can record with media sounds and mic. So you can choose which one you want to start recording. Now once you're happy, you can tap on the start recording and it will count down. Once it start counting down, it will start recording. Now there is a toolbar at the top here. If you tap on the toolbar, and then if you tap on the pen, you can start drawing. Now you can start drawing that one there, that one there, that one there. If you tap on the color palettes, you can also choose different color. So we can choose blue, and then we can choose a different color, green. So that's it. So that is the screen recording. And then you can also turn on the camera. So you tap on this icon here and it's turn on the camera. You can move the cameras around. So you can see there is a camera, you can move it around. Now you can also, once you finish, you can tap on stop button and that will stop recording. And you can open the videos to play it. And there you can see that is the video is being played back. So there it is, it start recording, it start doing a replay, as you can see down here. So that is one of the new changes to your Android 10. So I'm just going to close that. And the next one is, if you swipe down, you can see now the clock is different. This one used to be big all the way up here, and now they make it smaller and it sits on the left corner over here. And then you can see when we swipe across, this is what it looks like. And then over here, down here also in these panels, there is media and devices. Over here there's none, so you can see there's none over here. And if you tap over here and you go into quick panel layout, so you can turn it off, and that's it. So that's gone, it's not there anymore, but there's an option to turn it on. So over here you can see this one here looks different. You've got buttons order, button grid. There's no button grid over here. You got quick panel layout, status bar, contact us. So if you tap on that and tap on button grid, it's different. So you can see and show brightness on top. Then you can show media and devices. So if I swipe down, and that's it. That's what it looks like. So if we swipe this one down and if we tap on media, it will give you quick access to your media, so you can see what's connected, control media. So whatever is connected to your phone, you can quickly access it and control your media. And we can go back. So this is about media. So there's no back buttons. So if we swipe down again, these devices, you can tap on that. And you need to set up devices that will allow you to quickly access your devices that is connected to your phone as well. Okay, another change is the notifications icon on the lock screen. And you can see here on the lock screen, I've got two text message. When on the old one, when I tap on it, it will pull down that, and over here it will just show them text message instead. So this one here, pull down the quick settings, and it shows the text message as well as the quick settings. It's really there's no need to pull this one down. This one here simply just only show the text message without having to pull down your quick settings. So in here, when you can see, if I go into here, we can go into settings, and in settings, if you tap on lock screen, and we go down to notifications, and in notifications we can tap view style icons only, and when you do that, it will allow you to tap on the icon to further view the information of that text message. Now also on the lock screen, text are easier now to view as well. So you can see here, over here is a dark background, then the text is white, and over here, because of the white background, the text kind of like have a drop shadows, making it easier for you to view, including icons. Any icons that is against a white background will have a drop shadows, making it easier to view as well. So with the update, it will make the text easy to view against the varying different background that you have on your lock screen. Okay, the next one is the notifications. At the top here, when we swipe down the quick settings, you can see there is now breaking to two different sections on the new Galaxy S10 Android 10 with One UI 2. So now you've got two sections. One is the silent notifications, and the other one is your notification from apps such as phone calls, text messages, and other apps. And any notification that is silent will come down into this section. Now on the old UI 1, you can see everything come all into one section, whereas over here there's now two separate sections. Now one of the handy features that I really love about the new update is the phone call pop-up. So let's say while you are playing a game or while you are using one of the apps, and if you're receiving an incoming call, it can pops up, and so you can just drag it around. You can either answer or deny a call, so you can deny or answer a call, and so you can also expand it out if you wanted to. So you can see that on this one here, there's no option. So to bring that features on, we want to first launch the phone app. So launch the phone app here, launch the phone app, and then tap on the settings menu, then go into settings, and here we go into settings, and you can see in here in the One UI you can only turn it on or off. Call pop-up, over here you can tap on it, call display while using apps, and if you tap on that you have different options. So you got full screen pop-up and mini pop-up, so you can even change the size of how it looks. So let's say I change the size here and I make the call. You can see now this one here you cannot drag it around. You can only slide up, across, or down, or you can tap on send messages. So but you cannot move them around. Only the mini pop-ups can move around. Next, we're going to move on to the internet browser and see what is changing. So when we are searching for text, so at the top here you can search for text. You can put in the keyword, and you can see to navigate down, there is a up and down button now moved at the bottom of the screen. As you can see, the buttons stay at the bottom corner. You can easily go to the next keyword by tapping on the up and down buttons. Now in the previous version, the up and down is right next to the search text field at the top. As you can see, this one here is right at the top, this one here is right at the bottom, so you can easily navigate to the next keyword. So update to the camera app. So here's the camera app, and you can see in this camera apps you can see that some of the things like food, night, panorama has been removed. So now over here you only got live focus, photos, you got photo, you got pro, you got photo, you got video, and then if you want more, you need to tap on the more button. Over here you got everything all in down here. Over here, if you want more, you can just tap on the more button, and in here you can see you got you can access pro if you want to use pro, or if you want to add them down here, you can tap on the more button and you can tap on it. So let's say you pro, you want to tap and hold, and then you can just drag it down. And then there you can have Panama, so you can drag and then leave it down here. And then if you want, you can also save. So we have saved that. Now if you want, you can also remove them. So let's say you want to remove that. So tap on more, then tap the edit button, then just drag it up, and pro, and then you can just drag it up, then tap on save, and that's it. So that is the new changes to the camera. Also you can see the two icons is different. This one is now have a round circle, and this one is a rectangle, so that allows you to switch between the different cameras. Now if we go to photos, you can see the interface up here is also different. Now you have this button here, you see motions on and off, so you can tap on that to change the motion on and off, and everything stays pretty much the same. Some changes to the logo or to the icon up here, see some changes to the icon. The times looks the same, so everything looks the same. So that's the camera there. And the settings, if you go into settings, camera settings, and you got scenes optimizer at the top, flow detections over here. Now you got all the shot suggestions, scan QR code. Then you got pictures, so pictures up here, pictures, you got hold shutter button 2, and then you got this one, save options. And then you got down, so over here you can see there's more over here, motion photos. Then you got up here 2 videos, then videos, rear videos, front videos, advanced recording options. And then this one here got super slow-mo, single take. This one here doesn't have that in the video sections, it's got video stabilization instead. Then you got useful features, HDR, tracking autofocus, and then grid lines, locations tag. We got the shooting methods, location storage, and quick launch, quick preview, and that's it. So that is all the settings in the cameras. Now another thing inside the camera is that when you zoom in, you automatically get all this preset that you can quickly choose 0.5, 1 point, 2 point, or 10 times. So you can quickly go to that settings. When you simply pinch in, that will appear for you to select. Okay, now we're going to look at the text messaging app. There are some changes in here as well. Now if you look on the left hand side, there are now like cameras, dedicated cameras button, photo galleries, and the more buttons. The icon also changes, and here you can see one of the options is missing is the handwriting. Handwriting has been removed from text messages in Android 10. So that is one of the items that has been removed. And you can see everything else pretty much stays the same. Now I'm just going to close that, and we're going to take a look at the camera. Now when you tap on the camera, you can see on the old version only a small part of the camera screen pops up. Over here, when you tap on it, the whole screen will come up. As you can see, if I tap on it, you can choose take pictures or record videos, and it will open up the camera in the whole screen. So that is one difference as well. Next, you can see on the lock screen, always on displayed. It is now displaying the time, the Roman clock, in a list format, and the other one is in a different rectangle format right there. So everything now is a lot easier to see. You can see from the top down quickly, just at a glance. You can see different time zone with the different time right there on your lock screen. This is part of the always on display. So I'm just going to go into the home screen. swipe down and go into settings. In settings, if you go to lock screen and then tap on clock style and then choose always on displayed. So make sure you select always on displayed. And then if you swipe across, not that one, so I'm just gonna tap on the back key, go back and choose that one there. And at the top there you can see there a few clock has been added already, so we're just gonna tap on add city and just type in the city that you want to add, and it is now added to the always on display screen. And there it is. So that is the difference with your lock screen. With the clock app, now there is also a simple makeover. Previously on each tab, as you can see, if I tap on alarm, wall clock, stopwatch and timer, each of these tabs has their own settings in here. So if I tap on stopwatch and tap on stopwatch there, now on the new version, all the settings now streamlined into one page. So if I tap on alarm or wall clock, it doesn't matter. If I tap on settings, it's always going to go to the clock settings page. Whereas on the old versions, if I tap on each tab has their own separate settings. So now it's easier to change the settings in the clock apps. You can see there is a separate weather settings in the wall clock, and then timer has different settings again, whereas on the new version everything is now in one place, which you can easily change the settings for everything that belongs to the clock app. Now if you use the calendar a lot, you may notice a difference. Now especially when you are tapping at the top, to navigate to a different month. Now it's different down here. You can see down here there is a swiper. You can easily swipe back and forth and select a month. Over here you can't actually swipe. You have to go up and down and select the day, the year and the month, the day, the month and the year. Over here you can simply swipe up and down and select a month, and that's it. So you can see that that's the difference. Now another difference is when you tap on the add button to create a new event. You can see over here now it's have two separate sections. At the top it's got the title, the start and the end date. Then down here there is a separate section here. You got another section for location and other details. Over here everything's all in one page, and over here they have break up into two different sections. So that's the new changes for the calendar. Now if you have been really annoyed with the permission prompts that always pop up in the middle of the screen, for example like this one here, whenever you tap on something and when it requires your permission, it pops up right in the middle of the screen, and it's kind of like fade out everything out. Now on with this one here, we have a new update. Now you can see the new permission now stays at the bottom. It has rounded corner instead of a square one. It is now rounded, and it's also have this additional options: allow, denied, deny, and don't ask again. So you can see this one here now looks different to this one. Where an app is requesting permissions to use location access, you can see over here when it requires location, this one also requires access to locations. But on the new one, it's also have an additional option for you to choose, which is allow only while using this app, and over here it's only either deny or allowed. So that's it. So that is another difference. Now if you've been getting used to the settings menu, you know where things goes. Now with the new update, a number of things has been changed. So I'm just going to swipe down, go into settings. Now one of the first things you may notice is the wallpaper and themes. On the new one now it is break up into two parts. So over here when we tap on it, it goes directly to Galaxy themes. So over here now it breaks up into two parts. You've got wallpaper and themes. If you tap on the wallpaper, now it's going to a separate sections where you can see a preview of your lock screen and home screen. Then down here you can see you can go into my wallpaper. This is all the wallpaper that you can immediately use on your device, and this is the one that you have already downloaded. And you can also tap on gallery to go and choose a photo in your gallery to set as a wallpaper. Then you can also wallpaper services, and then you got dynamic wallpaper. Now this is new. I will talk about it a bit later on. So you got that, and then if you tap on explore more wallpapers, then that will take you to the Galaxy themes. So that is a little bit a new update on your wallpaper. So instead of take you directly to the Galaxy theme stores, it will basically allow you to first choose wallpaper from your phone, and then if you want, you can go to the theme stores. Now over here, if we tap on themes, so if you tap on themes, that will take you directly to the Galaxy theme store, which is themes just down there. So that is the same as this one here. If you pinch in and if you tap on wallpaper, you can see this one take you directly to themes, and this one go to wallpaper. So that is essentially the same thing. Now if we go back into settings, if you go down, you can see there is biometrics and security, and then you got privacy. So privacy has been moved out here now in its own separate section. Before it is in biometrics and security, and if you go down, you can see they got privacy in here, and now privacy is out here. So if you tap on this privacy, now you got permission manager, and then you got on here in the privacy, you got app permissions. If you tap on that, and you tap on that, you can see now they call it different: permission manager and app permissions. So I'm just going to tap on back here. So now you've got your own privacy sections. Then you got send diagnostic data, and then you got one more advanced section down here, which you don't have in here in the privacy section. So that's new. And then if you go down a little bit down, you got locations also move out here. So you got biometrics, accounts, and Google, and I think in here you got locations somewhere in here. So you got location here as a switch. This one here you got locations, and then you can tap on that, and then you got app permissions, which is a bit different than out here, locations. So you can view your location information. You got app permissions, which shows you all the apps that has permission to location. Okay, now if you look into the advanced features sections, and you can see here one of the things that is also available is link to Windows over here. So this one allow you to share data to your Windows computer. So connect your phone to your computer so you can access your text, notifications, recent photos, and more. So you can switch it on. Over here you don't have any of that options in advanced features. Now if you go a bit further down, you can see there is an entirely new section called digital well-being and parental controls, which is something that we don't have over here. We only got device care and apps. So this new section, this is new, and in here it's a stay in the moment, and it shows you the hour that you spent on certain apps, such as settings, Samsung Internet, cameras, and then your goals. You got the app timers. Set a daily limit for how long you can use each app. So you can set a timer for the app, and in here you can say Samsung Internet, and we can set the maximum and set limits. So once you have reached that threshold, then the apps will stop working and will not allow you to use it. So that is something you can set as well. And down here, so this is a list of all the apps that you can use the timer, set a timer. So basically that's everything in here. Settings, so some apps just got informations. You cannot set a timer for certain apps, such as the clock and messages. So you got app timers, and then you got go down, ways to disconnect, focus mode. This is new. This is basically allowing you to avoid distractions from the phone by simply disabling all the apps. So you can see here, if I swipe down at the top in here, I can also swipe down, and there is focus mode. So if we tap on focus mode, you can choose work time, me time, or you can even add in your own focus mode. So let's say if you choose work time and you tap on the start button, you can see all this app now is being disabled. We cannot use it. If I try to use it, it says stay focused. Reddit is blocked during focus mode. You can use Reddit and receive information from it after focus mode ends. So you can see some of the features here has been disabled. You cannot use them. If we choose, for example, I'm going to choose this one here. So I'm just going to turn off and then choose test. I'm going to choose test and then tap on start. Test mode is the one that I created, and you can see some of the apps still get disabled, but not all of them. So you can see I have enabled certain apps in here, such as Amazon Assistant or Adbox. So back in focus mode in here, so if we go down and we go into digital well-being, and if you tap on here, you can see I create that mode for apps available. So these are the one that I have created myself. I can end that mode. Now you can make changes to the work time and me time mode, so that you can allow a couple of apps to be activated while the mode is turned on. So let's say if I go down the list here and select a couple of apps, so a few here. So I'm just going to select a field. So I want to be able to use some of the apps while work time mode is switched on. And then you can tap on the start button. So select and tap on the start button. And now work time is activated. If you want, you can always go back in and end it. Now let's say if we want to add in your own focus mode, you can give it a name, and here you want to add in which apps you want to disable and which apps you want to enable. So select the app that you want to enable. All the other one by default will be disabled. So you can see these 4 apps here I have selected. 4 apps are available for use. So you can see everything else is disabled. And then if you scroll across, you can see this app here, Amazing is activated, so you can use that one. Adobe Scan, you can use that one. Now some apps are always going to be stay turned on, so you can switch them off, like the clock app. That app will always stay turned on. And then you got wind down. In this section you got wind down. Wind down will forbid by changing the screen to gray scale or blocking notifications. So you can turn it on, and then you can set the days, and you can also set a schedules for the wind down. And then you got checks on your kids. You got parental controls, add content restriction, and set other limits to help your child balance their screen time. So we can tap on get started. And then over here, who will be using this device? Child 10. So if you say child, then you can choose the next step. Select your child's Google account. Now if we go back and we choose use this device as a parent, then you can get a family link. Where with install family links, you can use the family link app to remotely supervise your child's Android device. So we can control their device by using a family link. Now this is an entirely different section to talk about, so we can talk about it in future videos on this particular section. And this is what you can do. So you can control your child or the child's. If this is a child's device, you can set up, and then you can perform some action to control the device. So once this is set up, you can choose apps for this device and set filters. You can from your own device, you can connect to this device here and set controls like bedtime and screen time limits. And we're not going to go ahead with this one. So that is the new section. So I'm just going to go back here. So that is the new section. It's quite a large section: digital well-being and parental controls. Now the device care also have an overall update. So if you look at this one here, before there is a tab format, and there is also a tips. Here I can close the tips, and you can see it shows the app crashes over here with a red bar. This one here always display in blue. This one here shows you a different color bar. Over here it is now in a list format. The old one has a tab format. And if you tap on the fix now, you got the optimize button, and now it's a fix now. two buttons now different. Now if you tap on the menu key at the top, notice there is also a light bulb icon over here. If you tap on that, it will also give you some tips about your battery lifespan, whether you should use your phone in the cold weather or not. Then if you tap on the menu key, you can see there is now app issue histories, so some of the item has been moved around. You got advanced, which there is no advanced in here, so you got auto restart. Yeah, you got app issues history, high icons. If I tap on advanced here, you see we got the auto optimizations, notifications, auto restart, and optimize settings. In here you got optimize settings, so you can turn it on, and then you can change the brightness, screen timeout, and media volume. So these are all the different options available, which is a bit different to the old versions. Okay, the battery section also make it easier now for you to understand. So if we go to device care, then we go into battery. So if we go into battery, you can see over here the information is now displayed in a bar format, where this one is like a ground circle format. And you got the battery usage here. Then here you got the battery usage. At the top here, it's got app power management. It tells you straight away some of the apps that frequently crashes, and if you want, you can put the app to sleep. And if you go down here, battery usage, and on the battery usage, the graph is not different. This one here in the old version, it shows you the battery information since it was last charged. So this estimate battery is based on your usage over the last 7 days, and over here it shows you on a daily format for the last 7 days in a bar graph format right here. And you can go down and you can see some more informations on this one here as well. Okay, in the battery page, there's no longer a menu button here. Over here you got the menu button, you can tap, go into settings. Over here everything is all down here now. So power mode, you can choose from over here. You can also got app management down here. Then you got fast cable charging, fast wireless charging, all in one screen down here in battery. So over here you got charging, which is here in the settings. You got wireless power share. This one doesn't have wireless wireless share. Then you got app power management, adaptive battery, put unused apps to sleep, and sleeping apps that won't put you to sleep. So you can see some of the things has been changed around. So you need to use the search button to look for certain things. If you got used to this settings, you're going to need to learn it again for the settings over here. So that's batteries. There is also an upgrade to the color picker in One UI 2. So if you tap on this one here, you can see to choose the color. It's coming in a round wheel. If I choose to pick a color here, now there is a color table. So current, new. So that's green, and then there is a slider bar down here which I can easily adjust the color. And over here there is a color wheel which you have to kind of have to choose over here, and then down here you can choose the color, and then you can choose another bar down here. So that is the difference in choosing a different color, or using the color picker on a new update. Okay, I also want to show you a new features of the navigation bar. You can see here, this is the navigation bar, but you can change it to that. You can swipe out. Now to do so, let's go into settings. We go into settings, and we go into display, then go all the way down, and I'm just going to tap on navigation bar, and over here I can choose full screen gestures, and I'm going to choose full screen gestures. But notice on this one here, all you can do is you have these three buttons here. And over here, if I tap on more options, I can choose the one like before, how I have three buttons here. I can swipe up, which is recent key, home key, or the back key. But there is also an additional different way of doing it. Is you swipe from the side and bottom. So if I choose that one, I can swipe up. I can go back by swiping inwards on both sides. And if I want to open up the Google Assistant, I can swipe up on the corner like this. So if I swipe up, I can go up like that. But also another additional features is if I swipe up like this and hold, then that will bring out recent menu over here, the recent apps that I can easily access. So if you I accidentally close it, so let's try to open up calendar app, and then try to open up game launcher, and if you swipe up like this, you can see I can open up recent apps. Now to go back, so let's say I'm going to swipe in and this swipe back. So this one here, if I want to swipe back from around down here, if you swipe like this, you can see I can go back. So I can also go back by swiping in this way as well. And if I want to open up Google Assistant, I can swipe up like that on the corner to open up Google Assistant. And swipe up in the middle quickly to go back to your home screen. Okay, there is a new feature called dynamic wallpaper. So if you go into wallpaper here, this one here will take you directly to the Galaxy theme store, which you can then look for new wallpapers from the Galaxy store. Now at the top section here on the old version, show you my wallpapers, and you can tap on view all, and then that will take you to another screen which shows all the wallpaper that you have previously downloaded. Now you got my choose a wallpaper. So here you got my wallpaper, which is very similar to over here. My wallpaper, you got my wallpaper here, gallery, and you got wallpaper services. Now this is a new features. If you tap on that, you could choose none, or you could choose. If you choose none, you can enable or disable show guide page. And if you choose dynamic lock screen, you can tap on the settings icon, and here you could select a category. So dynamic lock screen, select an image set to change the image on your lock screen each time you turn on the screen. Swipe left on the lock screen to see all the images in the set. So you can choose landscape, pets, art. So I have choose live. If you want to choose landscape, you can download that, and that will download the landscape set. Now you can see it is downloading right now. So we just wait for it to finish. And that's done. So it's installing. So we're just gonna wait for it to install. So it might take some time to install it. And wallpaper apply to lock screen, so landscape. So let's go back to the lock screen, and you can see this is the dynamic wallpaper. You can swipe across to look at new wallpaper. So those are the new wallpaper on your lock screen. Now this wallpaper will get updated every now and then. It's every 2 weeks you get new set of wallpaper that automatically changes. So if you get bored of this set, in a few weeks time you can get a new set again. So you get updated images about every 2 weeks. So you can choose different categories, and they will get updated frequently for you. Now if you do not like to use it, you can uninstall it to get some more memory space back on your phone. So that is everything about dynamics. You can also enable or disable download using mobile data as well. So that is another new features of the wallpaper on your Samsung Galaxy device. So you can use dynamic wallpaper on your lock screen. Okay, now if you like to use the one-headed mod, there are some changes to the way how you can open it. Before, you can simply swipe in at the corner like that. So you swipe in diagonal on the corner, and that will open up one-headed mode. Now you just have to swipe down at the center, at the bottom center to open up one-headed mode. Basically it's just below the icons, so just swipe down below the icons. So that is the change. So you can see here, if I swipe down at the center just below the icon, swipe down, and then one-headed mode will activate it. So that is the things that has changed. Now the reason why they make the change is because of the new navigation bar gestures. Now you can simply swipe in on the both sides to go back, and because of that will affect the way how you can open one-headed mode. So if we go into settings now and go into display, advanced features, and then tap on one-headed mode. So in advanced features, and then on the old one you go into motions and gestures, and there is one-headed mode there. And you can see there is gestures and button. Button is disabled. If you set navigation bar to gestures, so I'm just going to go back here and go into display. And then tap on go down and tap on navigation bar, and we're going to choose navigation buttons. So I do it on the Galaxy S10, Android 10 as well. So I'm just going to choose navigation buttons on both devices so we can see the difference. So I'm just going to go back into advanced features, and then we go into one-headed mode. And on the new device, just go into one-headed mode as well, and we choose buttons. Now you can see button is activated, and let's see, now you can also on the old device for buttons you have to tap on it 3 times. On the new Android 10, all you have to do is just tap on the home button twice, and it will go into one-headed mode. So if you choose the navigation bar with the traditional buttons, you can double tap now instead of triple taps. You can double tap to activate one-headed mode. Another exciting feature that has been updated is the night mode. So what used to be called night mode is now called dark mode. So if you look on the old version, it's night mode. So now if I tap on dark mode, you can see the screen go dark. And if you go into dark mode, you can see there is a two more items in the settings. So you can apply to wallpaper. So now wallpaper will go into dark mode as well. So wallpaper can automatically detect if your phone is in dark mode, and if it is, then the wallpaper will automatically adjust itself to display it in dark mode. And you also have the adaptive color filter as well. Dark mode will apply to other Samsung apps such as Gallery, My Files, or anything that is made from Samsung. Now, as well as Google apps, most of Google apps will also can automatically adjust with dark mode. Some third-party apps like this one here will not automatically adjust with dark mode. You can still, however, force it to go into dark mode. So you can go into settings and then go down into developer options. If developer options is not available, you can go into about phone and go into software information, and then tap on the build number 7 times to activate developer options. Once it is activated, you can go into it and then go down. So go down the list and look for force dark mode. So we need to go a little bit down. You can see it's all the way down, and then tap on force dark mode, and this will basically force apps to use dark mode, even if they are not fully supported. So any third party that is not supported, it will try its best to force the app to use dark mode. Now some other things changes as well is the volumes icons. You can see here this one here have different icons. This is just volumes, and this one here you got all the different icon. So you can see this one here is just a speakers icon. Speaker icons over here. This got media icon, ringtone, notification icon, and system icons. So those are the new one as well. So if you're also using the edge lighting for your phone, there is also an update in that regard as well. So we go into settings. Let's go down to settings, display, and if you look at the edge screen, and if you look into the edge lighting, and I'm going to go to lighting style, edge lighting style. You can see if I tap on the effects here, there's only a few down here, but over here you got more. You can see you got all the different effects over here. This one just a standard edge lighting pops up. This one here got some other animations going on as well. It's really nice. If you really like the colors, it's beautiful. I like it, absolutely love it. So there it is. And then you got bubbles, wave, basics, multicolor, which is like a glitter kind of over here, multicolor. You got glow. Now they changed it to bubbles. And then you got air cool. If you tap on air cool, this is what it looks like. Maybe it's a bit hard to see over here. You got fireworks. You can see fireworks up here. And then if you choose color, colors. Then you got the color palette or color picker. Now it's different. Now it's like a tables that you can choose. And there's a slider bar here, so I can just simply choose one from the color table, and then tap on done. And then you got the advanced section over here, which is like changing the transparency, width, and durations. So here you can change it, and that's it. So that is the new update for your edge lighting panels. Now the update also provides a smoother animations. Now if I open up this one here in the recent app, you can see, for example, with the old versions, when I swipe across, you can see it just swipe across and it's just stop right there. There's no kind of like smooth animations. Where this one here, if I swipe across, you can see it bounce a little bit. You can see there, it bounced and it bounced right back. So it's different. This one here, it just stopped right there. And this one is kind of like a smooth, bouncy animation right there. And then if I tap on that one there and that one there, you can see the edge screen or the pop-up is different. This one here, if you tap on it, it will sticks right over here. This one here, open up the dialogues, and it's just open up the dialogues on its own right down here. So those are the difference in the recent app as well, as you can see right there. And there are probably some other minor changes that I might not have covered in these videos. Hopefully, I think there may be a lot of more changes in future release as well. As if you guys use an alarm to wake you up, now there is a new update with the Android 10 One UI version 2. Now with this one here, you can see now you can increase the snooze time manually. Before, you can either snooze or dismiss. So snooze, this one here you can manually change the time, so you can increase it by 10, 15, and then tap on the snooze button. So that is the difference. And now I bet you will love this new feature, because instead of 5 minutes, and if you want to sleep a little bit longer, you can change it to 10 minutes, and so it will allow you to choose 10 minutes, and then in 10 minutes it will snooze again. And that's it. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel for more videos.